Hi, my name is Zac Kernell, and I do my project on social media in schools. It's no secret that technology is part of our everyday lives and is a growing economic giant. That being said, schools are built for places where we as teachers teach our children the skills and assets they need to be prepared for their adult lives. And I think technology and social media in general is becoming a ever-growing topic that needs to be covered in schools. The top 5 social media giants have nearly 2 billion users. That includes Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Google+. Smartphone users on average check their Facebook status or Twitter feed around 14 times a day, and 80% of college faculty say they use social media, and 50% of college professors say they use it within the classroom as well. A couple social media sites that we're going to hit on are, the first one is Skype. Classroom settings are starting to use Skype to hold interviews, conference calls with people that might be right down the hall or in another country. Bringing up in another country, a lot of foreign language classes are starting to use Skype to interact with people around the world, said in their language, to get a better understanding of their culture and their beliefs with that language. Blogs are also being used. Blogs are a good way to have students express themselves in an easily viewable area for the students around them and their teacher. Blogs are also a good tool for ongoing projects that involve reflection or input or a starter question or something like that. It's an easier way for students to log on and make a post rather than share in class. Facebook and Twitter. Facebook and Twitter are borderline just because of the distractions brought up with Facebook and Twitter, but as for using them in school, it can be used as to keep the community informed with upcoming school events, community outreach, and important media messages such as snow days, calendar changes, stuff like that. Just keeping the community informed as well. And I think one of the biggest social media sites, and definitely on the rise, is LinkedIn, especially with the workforce and the work community. LinkedIn has over 2 million members, and 90% of employers surveyed said that they were planning on using social media to hire their new employees. LinkedIn is very big because it gives you a spot to work on your resume, interact with different businesses and schools, just giving you that upper edge. And a newfound social media website that is ever growing is Pinterest, popular with the ladies I know. And Pinterest is a good place for teachers to bounce ideas off one another, whether that's class projects, inspirational quotes, artwork on the wall. Like I said, with the inspirational quotes, not only just hanging them, but showing students them, along with poems and different pieces. I know there's some music samples on there now, and it's just a place where you can go bounce ideas off one another to make a educational purpose to the classroom more fun and more enjoyable for those students. Some of the pros and cons for social media in the classroom. We're going to start with the pros. I view that social media is an educational tool. Teachers can use social media to get kids thinking outside the box, to get kids thinking in a way they wouldn't because, oh, they're not sitting with a piece of paper or something. They get to use their phone or their laptop or something like that. Maybe get them more engaged. And that leads to our next one with student engagement. Some people are hands-on, some aren't, some are shy and would rather post something and have more meaning posting something than, oh, I might be too nervous to stand up in front of a class and say something. Some more pros for social media in classrooms is it improves communication between students and teachers. This being said, teachers can answer student questions, topic questions, stuff like that through Twitter and Facebook, whether that's just posting a topic question and having students reply, or if the students have questions for the teachers, they can reach them if they're sometimes email is not the quickest way. Maybe Facebook and Twitter could get there quicker. Also posting homework assignments and lessons plans, stuff like that for for kids to use and for another accessible way to know what's going on. And another thing that brought up was participation points through Twitter and Facebook. This could allow the teacher to figure out who's really engaging in class and who's really taking from class. A couple more quick pros are basically have to do with LinkedIn, and that's with the workforce. Social media in the workforce is becoming huge. LinkedIn, as I said, is a world-renowned site that lets you post a resume, research target companies, and look up schools, different places, basically get you in touch with the business world. And also career centers and alumni associations are starting to post on their Facebook and Twitter pages with updated events, stuff like that, to get you more prepared for the real world. Some of the cons: social media is a distraction, I believe, if it's not used the right way. Mostly being Facebook and Twitter with all the ads and distracting sidebars that might come up. It could get kids distracted. Teachers just need to make sure they are using their social media in a way that kids don't have time to wander off or enjoy what they're doing within the classroom. Cyberbullying could become a problem and has been in the past, just because some kids tend to hide behind computer screens and say mean things to other kids that people might take offense to, and that's just something that has to be monitored, it has to be regulated, and it has to be a strict policy on very little to no cyberbullying. And the last con is it might discourage face-to-face communication because of you can type something now. Face-to-face communication is becoming littler and littler as time goes on. I think that it's an important life skill to be able to talk face-to-face in front of somebody. So not overdoing it with your social media in your school day is probably a good thing. Just showing those kids that it's more than just, oh, I can type on a computer screen and get a good grade. I actually have to interact, because that's what you need in the real world. And ultimately, while there's a big debate on whether to use social media in schools, I think it is a vital key, because social media is ever growing and will be the future, and the students of the future need to know how to use it properly in a way that shows they are professional and not just goofing off on Twitter or Facebook, retweeting something inappropriate or showing something that doesn't need to in the workforce. And that was social media in schools.